Hi, welcome to another drive. Today's journey takes the scenic back route from Diepsloot to Pretoria North, a stretch that many people know exists, but few actually take the time to explore. This route weaves through some of northern Gauteng's most underrated spaces. Quiet farmlands, growing residential pockets, small industrial clusters, and those uniquely South African landscapes that sit between rural and urban life. Along the way, you'll see how quickly the scenery shifts, from the bustle of Diepsloot to open highland views, past the R511 corridor and the Centurion outskirts, and finally into the heart of Pretoria North, one of the capital's oldest gateway suburbs. If you enjoy discovering hidden routes, local history, and the everyday rhythm of Gauteng, this is a drive you'll want to watch from start to finish. Buckle up, let's hit the road. Diepsloot, whose name comes from the Afrikaans term meaning deep ditch, is one of Johannesburg's youngest and most densely populated townships. Founded in 1995 as a temporary relocation area for families moved from Zandfontein and later Alexandra. What began as a transit camp quickly evolved into a permanent settlement, and today the area spans roughly 12 square kilometers with an estimated 140,000 residents, making it one of South Africa's most crowded communities. Laezonia AH is a quiet, semi-rural pocket of Centurion, known for its spacious plots, country atmosphere, and unique blend of former farmland with modern residential living. The AH stands for Agricultural Holdings, reflecting its origin as agricultural land, a character still evident today in its wide open landscapes, horse paddocks, stables, self-sustaining homesteads, and small-scale farming operations. Despite sitting in the fast-growing Centurion mid-range corridor, Laezonia maintains a peaceful, low-density charm, offering residents countryside living just minutes from major routes like the R55, N14, and R511. Covering about 7.09 square kilometers with a population of only 554 people, it remains one of Tshwane's least densely populated suburbs. The area is dotted with B&Bs, country lodges, guest houses, and wellness retreats, attracting visitors seeking a rural escape close to Fourways, Centurion, and Steyn City. With its mix of equestrian homes, small farms, and upmarket country estates, Laezonia stands as a rare transition zone between rural tranquility and metropolitan development. Loved for privacy, land size, and its proximity to attractions like Mnandi AH, Diepsloot Nature Reserve, and Steyn City. Knoppieslaagte is a semi-rural agricultural holding zone on Centurion's western fringe, perfectly positioned between Johannesburg and Pretoria. The name combines Afrikaans words meaning small rocky hillocks and valley, and nod to the area's rolling Highveld terrain, dotted with ancient geological outcrops created by long ago volcanic activity. Sitting at roughly 1,509 meters above sea level, the grassy hills still support a variety of wildlife, including secretary birds, guinea fowls, and blue cranes. Today, Knoppieslaagte acts as a buffer between city expansion and traditional farmland, offering rural calm just minutes from the N14 and the R562. In the 1970s, certain city developers almost named the iconic shopping complex Knoppieslaagte City Center, but abandoned the idea because it sounded too rural for a luxury mall, a quirky footnote in Gauteng's history. The area later drew academic interest in the 1990s, when a sociological study on teenage motherhood was conducted here, exploring changing family dynamics in transitional communities. One of Knoppieslaagte's most unique features is a fully registered private airstrip on a local property, one of the few places in Gauteng where aircraft can land directly on privately owned land. Vlakplaats 354-JR is a semi-rural agricultural holding area in Centurion, where rolling Highveld hills, bushveld ridges, and the winding Knoppieslaagte River come together to create a surprisingly scenic valley landscape, despite its Afrikaans name meaning flat place. Once part of early 20th century farmland, it has evolved into a mixed-use rural community where picking orchards, horse paddocks, and family homes share space with wellness lodges, eco-estates, and small holdings ranging from 1 to 5 hectares. The Knoppieslaagte River is one of its defining natural features, supporting riparian forest, fertile alluvial soil, and rich bird life that includes African fish eagles, rollers, and occasionally even rare species like Cape vultures. Mooiplaats 384-JR is a semi-rural agricultural holding area tucked into a corner of the Highveld landscape near Erasmia. Its Afrikaans name literally meaning corner place, even though the terrain is anything but flat or forgotten. The area is characterized by rolling grasslands, acacia-dotted hills, and fertile river valleys linked to the Knoppieslaagte River. Mooiplaats forms part of the old farm 384 worked by Boer settlers in the 19th century, its broader surroundings echoing the era of the First Anglo-Boer War and the nearby Battle of Rue's Crown. Under apartheid, the area was designated for white agricultural use, but post-1994 mobility, the integration of neighboring Claudius and Predustria, and the growth of nearby Mooiplaats formal settlement reshaped Hoekplaats into a more diverse, layered landscape where long-standing farms, upgraded informal housing, and suburban expansion now coexist. Mooiplaats 355-JR, meaning beautiful place in Afrikaans, is a semi-rural pocket of Centurion that lives up to its name with the rolling Highveld grasslands, river-fed valleys, and tranquil small holdings strung along the Knoppieslaagte River. Located roughly 40 kilometers south of Pretoria and 50 kilometers north of Johannesburg, it forms part of a scenic riparian corridor where wetlands support more than 150 bird species, making it a quiet favorite for nature lovers and eco-stays. Over time, Mooiplaats has shifted from a purely agricultural landscape into a blend of rural homes, eco-retreats, informal settlements, and light industrial nodes, with a modest but growing population estimated at 2,000 to 5,000 residents. Erasmia is a culturally rich, quietly evolving suburb on the northern outskirts of Centurion, shaped by a unique journey from apartheid-era whites-only enclave to a predominantly Indian and multicultural neighborhood. Proclaimed as a suburb on 4 September 1946, it was carved out of the historical farms Mooiplaats number 69 and Swartkop number 476. Its character changed dramatically in the early 1990s when segregation laws fell and a direct link road to the neighboring Indian township of Laezonia was built, paving the way for Indian families to move in. By 2001, Indian residents made up 65% of the population, rising to more than 77% by 2011. And today, Erasmia and Laezonia function almost like twin suburbs, sharing religious, cultural, and commercial life. Erasmia lies west of the R55 route, putting it within minutes of Pretoria, Centurion Mall, Sunderland Regis Industrial Belt, and major highways like the N14, making it a practical base for commuters to Pretoria, Johannesburg, and Midrand. The suburb benefits from proximity to scenic and historical landmarks such as the Knoppieslaagte River Corridor and the Fruittrekker Monument, while its streets are lined with mosques, temples, private schools, community halls, and curry spots that reflect a strong Indian South African heritage. Claudius is a compact, culturally vibrant suburb in southwestern Tshwane, effectively functioning as an eastern extension of Laezonia and forming one of Gauteng's strongest Indian heritage residential pockets. Located about 15 kilometers from Pretoria CBD along the busy R55 corridor, Claudius occupies land originally carved for the historic Mooiplaats farm and named after Claudius Marius de Vries, a farmer, landowner, and former mayor of Pretoria. Like many suburbs shaped by Apartheid's Group Areas Act, it was initially intended as a white residential area, but by the 1970s, it had been redesignated as an Indian area, and by the 1980s was closely tied into Laezonia schools, temples, and markets. After 1994, Claudius was incorporated into Centurion and later absorbed into the city of Tshwane in 2000. Pretoria Townlands 351 JR is a historically layered strip of land on the southwestern edge of Pretoria, positioned between the capital city and Centurion and forming part of Tshwane's Ward 61. Originally part of the 19th century farm Pretoria Townlands, granted during the founding years of Pretoria in the 1850s by Martinus vessel Pretorius. It has since evolved from four-acre farmland into a dense mosaic of military, administrative, and residential uses. Located roughly 10 to 15 kilometers from the Pretoria CBD and about 5 kilometers from Centurion, it sits at the point where Pretoria's older jacaranda-lined neighborhoods give way to Centurion's newer sprawl, still catching bursts of purple blossom in spring despite having more institutional buildings than street trees. One of the area's defining features is its long-standing military heritage. Much of Pretoria Townlands 351 JR overlaps with Tabantswe, formerly Vertreke Hoogte, South Africa's central military precinct established in 1938. Historically a powerful apartheid-era defense hub and a border war staging ground, it remains home to the South African Army Armour Formation headquarters. Predustria is a semi-rural working-class pocket on Pretoria's western edge, straddling the R55 Kwakal Road and WF Nkomo Street about 10 to 15 kilometers from the CBD, where cityscape starts to loosen into Highveld grasslands. The name is widely believed to combine Pretoria and Industria, and that feels accurate. This is one of the capital's long-standing light industrial fringes, developed alongside Atteridgeville during Pretoria's mid-20th century westward expansion. Under apartheid, Predustria housed workshops, plants, and service yards that supported both the city and nearby townships. And after 1994, it was rolled into the city of Tshwane during the 2000 municipal merger, transitioning from a segregated periphery into a diverse commuter zone. Its location on major routes like R55 and N4 make it a vital western gateway, linking residents to Centurion, Pretoria West, Soulville, Atteridgeville, and the historic Steelworks complex at ISCO, now ArcelorMittal, once one of the region's biggest job providers. Economically, the area still reflects its industrial DNA. Rows of panel beaters, auto repair yards, timber and truss suppliers, small factories and macro manufacturing businesses line the streets, supporting Tshwane's construction and automotive sectors. West Park is a well-established middle-class suburb in the Pretoria West Corridor. Set about 8 to 10 kilometers from the city center and surrounded by neighborhoods such as Kwakasrand, Danville, Proclamation Hill, and Bluediam. Developed in the mid-20th century, it originally housed workers from nearby industrial hubs like the ISCO Steel Metal Works, now ArcelorMittal, and its streets still hint at that blue-collar heritage with practical layouts and solid family-oriented homes. After the end of apartheid and the formation of City of Tshwane in 2000, West Park gradually evolved into a more diverse, mixed middle-income suburb, benefiting from improved roads, security estates, and new residential developments that appeal to young families and remote workers. Its location is one of its greatest strengths. The suburb lies close to Kalafong Provincial Tertiary Hospital, the UNISA Pretoria campus, and the lively community of Ludium, giving it a hybrid character where quiet residential life meets township vibrancy and student energy. Property prices are relatively affordable compared to some eastern suburbs. 3 to 4 bedroom family homes typically range from about 1.2 to 1.9 million, while first-time buyers can still find smaller apartments under 450,000. Rental options include secure complexes like West Park 1, which offer neat 1 to 3 bedroom units with green spaces, communal braai areas, CCTV, and covered parking. All of this makes West Park a popular choice for first-time homeowners, hospital staff, students, and families wanting convenience without the premium price tag. Danville is a compact, historically African suburb in Pretoria West, with a strong sense of identity rooted in both military and community history. Proclaimed in February 1951, it almost carried the name Westlands, but after that suggestion was rejected, a naming competition was held and the suburb was ultimately named Danville, in honor of General Daniel Hermanus Pienaar. Located about 5 kilometers west of Pretoria's Church Square and just northwest of the Fort Trekker Monument, Danville covers around 1.24 square kilometers and sits in a gentle Highveld fold, giving residents easy access to both city amenities and rugged hills to the west. Although demographic shifts after apartheid brought more diversity, Danville has remained majority white and Afrikaner-speaking, with a growing black middle class adding new cultural layers over the past 3 decades. One of its proudest features is the Diepsloot Tunnel, completed after 40 months of construction and opened on 10 August 1972. The tunnel cuts beneath the Diepsloot Ridge to link Danville with Claremont, reducing travel times and standing as a unique engineering landmark in the province. Claremont is a central western residential suburb of Pretoria that hides in plain sight as one of the city's more understated but well-located neighborhoods. Situated about 5 to 7 kilometers west of the CBD along Bremer and Van der Hoef Street. It was laid out in 1903 during Pretoria's post-South African War boom, originally serving civil servants and professionals as the administrative capital expanded. Under apartheid, it was zoned as a white area, but since 1994, it has evolved into a multicultural pocket woven into the broader fabric of Pretoria West, drawing influence from neighboring Atteridgeville, Pretoria West, and Lydium. Today, Claremont's everyday life is reflected in street food stalls selling quarter and vetkoek alongside dishes inspired by nearby Indian communities, small businesses along Van der Hoef, and a mix of homes that range from older faced brick houses to more modern builds. Geographically, the suburb is an important mobility node. Its grid-like layout feeds directly into the R55 and the N4 highway, allowing quick commutes to the CBD and reasonable driving time to Johannesburg. Jacaranda trees lined along its streets ensure it still shares in Pretoria's famous purple bloom every October. Residents also enjoy easy access to the Hennops River Greenbelt and relatively short drives to attractions like Cradle of Humankind and Hartbeespoort Sport Dam, which is unusual for a suburb this close to the city center. Claremont's property market is known for good value, attracting first-time buyers, students from UNISA, TUT, and nearby campuses, and commuters looking for an affordable, well-connected base. Mountain View is one of Pretoria's most picturesque and quietly fascinating suburbs. A compact, elevated neighborhood pressed right up against the southern foothills of the ancient Magaliesberg mountain range. Located about 5 to 7 kilometers northwest of the CBD and flanked by Dusport and Boisens. It sits at around 1,350 to 1,400 meters above sea level and offers a small community atmosphere for roughly 2,500 to 4,000 residents. True to its name, almost every street in Mountain View looks into the billion-year-old Magaliesberg quartzite ridge, one of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth and a continuous landmark stretching across Gauteng and Northwest. laid out formally in 1946 to 1947 as part of Pretoria's post-World War II expansion. The suburb street names, such as Drakensberg, Tugela, and Vaal, hint at a broader love for dramatic South African landscapes. During apartheid, its high vantage point gave it strategic value, and a small South African Defence Force communication post operated on the ridge, leaving behind concrete antenna bases that hikers can still discover. Architecturally, Mountain View is considered a mid-century gem. Many of its 1950s and 1960s face brick houses retain flat roofs, steel frame windows, terrazzo floors, and large picture windows facing the sunset, turning the suburb into a living museum of post-war Pretoria design. Over the years, it has quietly attracted diplomats, artists, and even a former Springbok rugby player, drawn by the combination of privacy, views, and proximity to nature, without the price tag of more famous eastern suburbs. Pretoria North is one of the capital's oldest and most characterful suburbs, shaped by pioneer farming, the expansion of railways, and a long-standing Afrikaans cultural presence. Located about 8 kilometers north of Church Square and just beyond the Magaliesberg Ridge, it originally grew along the Apis River, where Afrikaner farmers started settling from 1878. It quickly became a convenient overnight stop for travelers heading towards the old northern Transvaal. Its development accelerated at the end of the 19th century, when the Paul Kruger administration began constructing the railway linking Pretoria to Polokwane, a strategic line built between 1886 and 1899 and completed before 1910, despite the disruption of the Anglo-Boer War. Wonderboom Station became the economic heart of the area, helping transform Pretoria North into a functional satellite town linked to the capital's economy. Education has always been central here. The first English medium school in the area was founded in 1904 and later became Laezonia Malan, And to this day, the suburb hosts several established schools, including Leerskool Rachel de Beer, Leerskool Voortrekke Oefis, Hoërskool Gerrit Maritz, and Pretoria High School, most of them Afrikaans medium and deeply rooted in local tradition. Modern Pretoria is also known as one of South Africa's car dealership capitals, with more than 50 dealerships lining Rachel de Beer and Gerrit Maritz Street, backed by a light industrial strip of panel beaters, mechanics, glassmakers, and parts suppliers. Cultural life is enriched by places such as the Kurt Steenbeck Museum and numerous churches. While in everyday speech, Pretoria North is often used more loosely to describe the broader northern region stretching towards Wonderboom, Acacia, and Onderstep Ward, showing how this suburb has become a reference point for the entire northern arc of the city. As the drive winds to an end, the back route from Diepsloot to Pretoria North reveals far more than just a stretch of road. It's a journey through townships, farmland, hidden valleys, and old Pretoria suburbs, each with its own story, its own rhythm, and its own place in the mosaic of Gauteng. From the busy street of Diepsloot to the quiet rise of Mountain View and the heritage-rich heart of Pretoria North, this route captures the everyday life, history, and landscapes that make this region so unique. If you enjoyed discovering these places along the way, make sure you stay connected for more drives, more storytelling, and more hidden corners of South Africa. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next journey. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps this exploration on the road. Thanks for riding along. See you in the next adventure.